Hi there. It's February the 12th, and today in the Torah we're reading from Exodus chapters 34 and beginning of 35. There's a powerful encounter in Exodus 34 as the Lord allows Moses not to see his face but to see his back as he hides him in the cleft of the rock. And the Lord speaks something of his very nature, the depths of who he really is. He says, I am the Lord, the gracious, the favourable, the compassionate God, slow to anger, but full of hesed, full of covenant obligation, and full of truth, full of faithfulness. But he says, I can't turn a blind eye to evil, and the consequences of evil roll out through generations. As a result of this encounter, God takes Moses up into the mountain, and Moses spends 6 weeks with God as God reveals his heart. When he comes down out of the mountain, the experience has transformed Moses. Literally, his face shines. The skin of his face, it says, shines. When he comes down, the people are so afraid of what they're seeing that they insist that Moses cover up, that he put a veil over his face. They're too afraid to look on the power of God and what he's done. It's amazing that in Jesus we are enabled to see God face to face. In fact, John says in the first part of his gospel that we beheld his glory, the glory of the one and only of the Father, full of grace and truth, echoing those words that God revealed to Moses as his own nature, grace, hesed, and truth, emet. They're seen in Jesus, and we are allowed to look right into the face of God. And as we look into his face, like Moses, we are transformed. We are being changed, Paul says later to the Corinthians, from one degree of glory into another. So today, as we look into the face of God, as we hear him speak of his compassion and his love, let's receive the glory that he is revealing in us and into which we are being changed more and more to look like Jesus. Have a good February the 12th.